Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Simply BI. My name is Harshit and today we are going to learn about the overview of Power BI desktop. Okay. So before we work on any reports or before we start working on creating dashboards reports, so it is very important to know that we are on the latest version of Power BI. So how do we know that? To check the latest that we are on the latest version, just open the Power BI application, desktop application, click on this help and then click on this about. Okay. So now here you can see all the information about the latest version or the version you are working in Power BI. Now, how to ensure that and before that, why it is important to work on the latest version of Power BI. So there are many functionalities or I can say there are many features, okay, which are available in the latest version of Power BI desktop only. So now, just how do we know that there is a latest version or there is an update on the latest version? So you will see a message over here, or also what you can do, you can go to the Microsoft blogs. Okay. So there is an official site. You just type Power BI blogs. So and then there you can find all the recent updates over there. I would recommend you just keep visiting the Microsoft Power BI blog site frequently because, or we can say once in a week, so that you are well aware of all the updates. Now, when you work with Power BI, there are some settings that you need to enable. Okay. So we are just gonna see, we are just gonna enable the preview settings. Okay. Let's say, so how do we do that? Go to File, click on this options and settings at the bottom's left side. Click on options. Here you can see there are many options. So we're just going to click on this preview features and ensure that all of these features are enabled or ticked. Okay. Now, once you have ticked it, click on OK and then restart the Power BI. Okay. Also, when you are working with data in Power BI, there can be temporary files or there can be temporary raw data which keeps on generating. Okay. So once in a while, it is recommended to clear the cache. Okay. So that it doesn't, your Power BI does not get slow over the time. So how do we do that? So go to File, go to Options and Settings, go to Options. The first one, data load, and here you can see there is an option to clear the cache. Okay. So now, since if you are working on a very big data set or the consumption is high, then I would recommend you to just visit this clear cache option and do it once in a month. But if your data set is small, you are working on small data, then once a quarter, clearing this cache will also be okay. Okay. Now, so let's move ahead. Now, when you want to work with Power BI, what do you need? Obviously, data, right? So how do we get data? So it is very easy and very straightforward to get the data in Power BI from any data source. Okay. So as you can see here in the home page, there is a get data option. Now, when you see that there is a small arrow over here, and if you click on this, so you will be able to see the common data sources from where you can load the data into Power BI. Now, if you click on this more, so you will be able to see all of the data sources from where you can import the data. Okay, it has been categorized into file, databases, Microsoft Fabric, platform Azure, online services, and others. Okay. Now, one thing to note here is when you click on this icon, okay, this button, we can say it has dual functionality. How? So when I click on this arrow but side, I can see the common data sources, and when I click on more, I can see all the list. What you can do here, if you just click on this icon, this side over here, it will directly lead you or it will directly take you to uh, the entire sources where we can import the data into Power BI. Okay. Now, here also, as you can see that this button has dual functionality. So please note that you are clicking on the right thing. Okay. Similarly, as you can see this transform data here. So transform data, again, you can see a small arrow over here. If you click, you can see the functionalities over here, features over here. But if you directly click on this transform data, it will directly take you to the editing the data. Okay. Transforming your data. Now, if you see this if you click on this new visual, you can see that there are no bottom arrows over here, right? So if you click on this new visual, it will directly add a visual over here. Since we don't need it now, so we're just going to remove this. Okay. So these are the few things, okay, uh, where you need to understand that the buttons can have an hidden features also. Okay. Now, so let's get started with loading our data. Okay, so we're just gonna load an Excel data. So just we are gonna click on get data, Excel workbook. We are just gonna load this one, Global Superstores 2016. Okay, now when you load the data in Power BI, it takes you to a navigator window. Okay. Uh, what does this mean? Okay, this means this will give you a clarity, this will give you an assurance that okay, your data connection has been successfully established with the data source. Okay, now when you see this thing, okay, so what does this mean? Okay, what does this navigator window actually means is that your data is loaded into the RAM. Okay, so your data from the data set is now into random access memory, or we can say it is in the RAM. Now, these orders, peoples, and returns, they are nothing but in the Excel sheet, they are the sub sheets. Okay. So if you click on any one of the data, let's any one of the tables, let's say we are clicking on orders. So here you can see the preview of this. Okay. This is the preview of the data. Okay. Now, Power BI can hold the data in the memory and you can transform the data while it is in the memory. Okay. So there are two things to learn over here. There is one option you can see, that is the load data, and there is another option you can see, transform data. Okay. So let's say the data which you have imported from your Excel sheet, the data is very clean and you don't need to perform any transformation on that. So you can directly click on the load button. But if you want to make transformation into your data, if you want that your data should be uh, more clean, or you want some modification on the data, so when you will use the transform data tab. So when you click on this, this will take you to the Power Query Editor, or it will take you to a separate window over here. Okay. So we're just going to learn about the Power Query Editor in the next video. Okay. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more.